Well, hi, I'm Jordan Long, and today I'm going to talk about how it's not smooth. Being Eastern is not smooth. Now, I know I've made a lot of films on my YouTube fairway over the years talking about this, but some of it, yeah, I did talk about it. I'm not saying that being other kinds ain't smooth or there's hang-ups with being that way. But being Eastern isn't smooth. Being any kind isn't smooth because there's always going to be upsides and downsides to that. But at the end of the day, it's who you are and you have to be happy with yourself. That's true. Now, God made everyone the way they are. That's just the way it is. But there are things with being Eastern that you have to overcome or you have to deal with. And I'm not talking about, folks making fun of you or putting you down, because that happen to anyone. I'm talking about beliefs that are not true. Like, oh well, in the Far East, eating sticks were made, the first eating tools. Even though I believe that bowls and spoons had come out early on. I believe bowls came out, but maybe, I'm not sure. So, anyway, since in the Far East you had eating tools, like eating sticks, and everyone believes that everyone who's Far Eastern, not everyone, but some folks believe that if you're Far Eastern, then you have skilled this craft of working with eating tools like eating sticks. Why call them chop? I don't know. But that's probably some borrowed word. But anyway, I think that they believe that. So it'll be someone will be like, ow! When I was not what I wanted to happen. But sadly, wakefulness made it happen. But they'll be like, oh, Jordan, I thought you would be good at working with sticks when you eat, since you're Far Eastern and all. No, I'm not good at working with sticks, even if I'm Far Eastern or not. Yeah, that's the first thing that I have to deal with every day. There's always going to be someone out there who believes that if someone is this kind, whatever kind there is, there's a lot of kinds, they believe that they either cannot do this thing or they can do this thing. Like, there's some folks that believe if you're Far Eastern, they think you're good at tailcraft. That you don't need to have a tail crafting tool tell you how to answer a tail crafting asking. But that's not true. I'm not good at it. I mean, yeah, I'm good with maybe one or two of them without, but after that I need a tail crafting tool to tell me what the answer is to the tracks I'm putting in. And some folks believe that. They'll go, Jordan, I thought you'd be good at tailcraft, since you're Far Eastern and all. Well, guess what? I'm not good at tailcraft, even if I'm Far Eastern or not. The only way I can really tell what something is, or what I put on, or what I took away from something, is if I use a tailcrafting tool. And if I don't work with the tailcrafting tool, I won't know what the answer is. And yes, there are some folks in this world who are truly good at tailcraft. And they don't need to have any tailcrafting tool. God gave them this skill, this craft, this gift, where they don't need, they're not flawless or anything, but they're good with thinking it out in their head and coming up with the answer for whatever the tailcraft is. But I'm not one of those folks. I'm one of those folks where if it goes hot, if it's higher than put on 2, I'm not going to be knowing what the answer is. Unless I do have a tell-crafting tool. Anyway, those are just some of the things that when you're Far Eastern you got to put up with. And I'm sure there are other kinds who got to put up with other stuff too. Like if you're black or you're Hispanic, that's a borrowed word. If you're red or if you're Aboriginal or, Eastern like me. Or, you're either Arab, or you're a Hindu. That's what they call those folks. Or you're white. Yeah, there are going to be folks who believe certain things about those folks, even if they're not true or not. It is what it is. So, yeah, that's exactly how it goes. And I'm not going to go out there and say, that my life is the worstest life ever lived. No, my life is good. My life is not flawless, true, but my life is good. I have a lot more good going on in my life than I do when I have bad. Alright? But there are things about being Far Eastern or Eastern that, I wish I wouldn't have to deal with every day. Like, I thought you would be good at working with sticks when you eat your food, or I thought you'd be good at telling tellcraft without using a tellcrafting tool, things like that. And another thing is about driving. Now, some folks believe if you're Far Eastern, or they believe you're any other kind of they think if you're Far Eastern, or they think if they think that you're any other kind, they think you're not good at driving. Now, someone who's either good or bad at driving can be from many kinds. And I just told you all the kinds there are. So, you can be a bad driver and be any of those kinds, or you can be a good driver and be any of those kinds too. But there are some folks who believe that if you're Far Eastern, that you're bad at driving. That you somehow, even though you went through and you skilled the book and you passed the driving learning, that somehow, some way, you just did not have the skill and craft. Hey, I thought you would be bad at driving. Why would you think that? Because you're Far Eastern. Well, guess what? I'm actually good at driving. And anyone can be good at driving, and anyone can be bad at driving, and there's not one kind that can either be good at something or be bad at something. Yes, you're right. Now, I'm telling you this, I'm making these films for grown-ups, okay? These deal with grown-up stuff every day. Because this is shit that you put up with when you grow up, and it's also shit you put up with when you're young. So, yeah. But it is what it is. And another thing before I go, another thing you gotta put up with, if you're Far Eastern, is folks who cannot believe you speak English. Because apparently they think if you're Far Eastern, or they think if you're from any other kind, they think that either you don't know how to speak English, or you speak whatever the other speech was from the other land you came from. Because the United States or whatever does have land speeches of other speeches spoken in the United States. They're not the main or head speech, but they are a land speech. And some folks might not think that. They think, Jordan, you're Chinese or whatever, you're Far Eastern, so you speak Mandarin or Cantonese, one of the two speeches that are spoken around China. It also includes Korean as another one of the three pseudo-Tibetan speeches out there. It might be others, but those are the three main ones. And they'll be like, "You speak English." Yeah, I do speak English, and guess what? English is the only speech I speak. I don't speak any other speech, you know. Well, what you thought was wrong. Apparently there are some folks who speak more than one speech, but sadly I do not. I only speak one speech, and that is that. So anyway, just things you gotta put up with when you're Far Eastern, you know. I'm Jordan Long, and I'll see you all later.